Hey, what's up guys, this is Card Shuffler 99 here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a really cool card trick. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to enter into our giveaway. If you want to enter to win $200 of Amazon gift cards, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comment section what are your summer 2019 goals, and make sure you guys have your post notifications turned on. If you guys want to get in contact with us anyway, you can always check our email down below. Email us there, or we do have an Instagram. If you guys want to follow us there, you guys can DM us as well. It's cs99.yt. We do have all that information down in the description section below, as well as all the information for the giveaway as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget, if you guys want to purchase anything through Amazon, use our Amazon affiliate link down in the description. We do have that plugged right there as well. And anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this trick. But anyway, let's get straight into this card trick. So let me explain to you guys really quick how this trick is going to work. So this is essentially a trick. There's many different variations to it. The first time I actually saw this trick was on America's Got Talent when Matt Franco performed it. He performed it in the finale of America's Got Talent. And he actually ended up going on to win the entire show, which is pretty cool. Now, the second time I saw it was on David Blaine's show. He had his own little variation to it. It's going to use the same principle, so it's a really cool idea. Basically, what the idea is taking a shuffled deck of cards, and what you're doing with this shuffled deck of cards is then allowing the spectator to dictate where all the cards are placed, and from there, they can basically say, okay, I think this card is red, I think this card is black. They go through the entire deck, and all their selections will be 100% correct. So it's a pretty cool idea. I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how to start this trick. So what you're going to need to do is start by setting up your deck exactly how I have it set up right here. So if you want to look really quick, what I have here is the deck is separated into quarters. So what I have is a quarter of the black cards, a quarter of the red cards, a quarter of the black cards, and a quarter of the red cards. That's your entire setup for the trick. Now, you might be wondering, well, how is this going to get the trick done? It'll make sense a little bit in a second. Now, there's a reason why you're going to set up like this first. Now, what you could do, you can start out with the deck set up just half black, half red, or half red, half black. It doesn't matter what order you put it in, but you could do it like that if you wanted to. Now, if you did it like that, where you have half the deck and half the deck, you're not going to be able to shuffle it, all right? So there is a unique way that you can actually shuffle this setup and make it so that it actually goes to half black, half red. So once again, once you have the setup, basically I want you guys go grab a deck of cards and make sure you have your setup ready to go. All right, so hopefully you have your deck of cards ready to go. Now follow along exactly step by step so you guys will understand how this is going to work. So what's going to happen here is you're actually going to be able to riffle shuffle through this packet, and by doing so, you're actually setting up the trick. That seems pretty cool, right? So what you're going to do here is you're going to tell the spectator that you're going to give the deck a fair shuffle. What you're doing here is you're going to go through the deck and you're going to find the halfway point. What do I mean by the halfway point? The halfway point is going to be right here. So basically, where you have half the red, or a quarter of the red cards and a quarter of the black cards in each hand, right? That's going to be your halfway point. So once you're stopping there, that's where you're going to break the packs even. Now, what's going to happen here is you're then going to take these two packets and you're going to shuffle them together. You're going to riffle shuffle these. But what is this actually doing? I will give you guys the exposed angle right now by turning the cards face up. Because you have a quarter of the black cards and a quarter of the red cards in each pile, what happens is when you split it directly in half and you go to riffle shuffle, all the red cards get shuffled together and all the black cards get shuffled together. Now, keep in mind that there may be some mistakes. Now, you can see here in my case, I actually didn't make any mistakes. So this would be done obviously face down, so it just shows, oh, okay, it's a fair riffle. You can show it like this. You can ask the spectator, is that a fair shuffle? There you can say yes. You're going to say perfect. That's a fair shuffle. Now, everyone in the world is going to think that not only was that a fair shuffle, but that the entire deck has to be mixed up, correct? Because you just showed them the exact fair shuffle. But in reality, like I mentioned, you are setting up your deck. Now, actually, you'll notice here, I actually did make a little mistake. Now, this is bound to happen, okay, where some of the cards are going to be in the wrong area, meaning you can see here the Ace of Clubs is in the red pile. Now, there's a simple solution to that. I'm going to explain that in a little bit. So once you have this set up, you're basically ready to go, okay? So by shuffling the deck, you're actually setting up the entire trick, which is pretty cool, right? Now, once again, if you wanted to just start with the deck like this, that's completely fine. So what you're going to do from here is you're going to tell the spectator that you're going to need some helper cards for this trick, right? You're going to need some cards to help put this trick together. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to go ahead and grab one random black card and one random red card. In reality, what I'm doing, while I am actually going to find a random black card and a random red card, I'm looking for mistakes, right? So obviously the mistakes are going to be mostly in the middle of the pack. So you're going to spread through, you're going to say, okay, you can see here, because I have two cards right here that are mixed up, the rest are all fine, I will actually just take these two cards out, just like that. And I'll say, okay, the rest of the deck is fine. This way, you're all set up. So usually you can actually take out the mistake cards and put them down. If you have multiple mistakes, meaning your riffle shuffle wasn't that great, you have cards all over the place, for the most part, the most that I've actually encountered was maybe like 3 or 4 mistakes, which is not hard to fix. All you would have to do is just take a card, put it back into the right pile, right? It's not very difficult. But at that point, you're basically set for the trick. So what's happening here is you have a black card and a red card, and you're going to ask the spectator to keep the deck on the table, and you want them to use their intuition and basically guess what color this card is without looking, right? Now, this is a great trick that you could do with multiple spectators. It's a really, really cool idea. You can have multiple people try this. You can say, here, we'll give the deck. Let's say you had 3 people in a group that you're performing to. What you could do is you could say, all right, here, you're going to start. So you're going to say, okay, go ahead, start placing cards down. They start placing cards down, right? It doesn't matter where they place the card, and I'm going to explain why. Because what's happening here, as they're placing cards down, they're only placing black cards down first, right? And then eventually they're only going to be placing red cards down. So while it should be to most people, because they had a shuffled deck of cards, it should be random, right? Most people are going to say, oh, they're never going to get these right? They're all going to be in a random pile. In reality, you have half black, half red. So it's actually going to work out, but you will have to do one little thing throughout. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, start placing cards down. So they're going to start placing cards. They can go wherever they want. And what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, at the halfway point, you're going to stop. Okay, so they can go. You're going to have to keep an eye on this because that's going to make this entire trick work. Now, obviously, you don't know where the halfway point is. You're just going to make an estimate. So let's say you keep going. And let's say they want to stop. Okay, let's say we're going to stop there. You're going to say, okay, perfect. We're going to have the piles here, have the piles here. Now, what you're going to say now is you're going to do one simple thing, and you just have to switch these, okay? Because what's happening here is as they're setting only one color card down first, and then as they go through the deck, the other color is going to appear. By switching these cards, realistically what should happen is there should be half black and half red in each of these piles because you started by having them put red cards here and black cards here. Now by switching it, you're having them put black cards here and red cards here. So if they were to get this 100% correct, it would only make sense for each of these piles to have half black and half red. So they can go ahead, they can continue through the rest of the piles. Okay, perfect. Now, most people, you're going to ask them, you're going to say, oh, well, how well do you think you did out of a shuffled pack of playing cards? They're going to say, probably not too well. They're probably not going to be too confident in themselves. They're going to say that they probably got maybe 10% right, something like that, right? I mean, you might have those couple spectators that think they did really, really well. But what you're going to do here is you're going to say, okay, explain to them that realistically, because we switched the piles, that you should have half red and half black in each pile, right? From there, you go ahead, you spread the cards out, you show half black, half red, and they're going to be amused. They're going to say, wow, that's actually really cool. How did I manage to get all the black cards and all the red cards together, right? That's the magic part. Now, what you can do here is go ahead now, take the other pile, and you're going to spread in the opposite direction to give that illusion that they're opposites, right? So that the left side here has red, the right side has black, left side black, right side red. So it gives that illusion that's a different color. Now, if you guys, I'm going to add a little special bonus to this. I'll give you guys some ideas. What you can do here, and this is actually pretty cool because this actually resets the entire trick. You can actually go right back into it. But what you could do here, let's say you wanted to do a prediction trick out of this same idea. All you do is you take one random card and you're going to put it in the opposite color pile. So in this case, I'm going to start with one of the red cards in the black pile. You can take a piece of paper, something like this, write down, you will mess up that card. You will mess up the Ace of Hearts, right? That's your prediction. You keep it on the table. by doing that entire trick, what would happen is, by keeping this red card in the black pile, when you end the trick off and you're spreading the piles out, there will be one mess up that they make, right? This ace of hearts will appear in the black pile at the end of the trick, and you can show your prediction that they actually messed up that one card. Now, another thing you could do is you can do that same effect, but do it with 2 decks. You could have 2 different people doing the same trick. Make sure that you have the same card in the wrong pile. So let's say I put the ace of hearts in this one. With a separate deck of cards, you do the same exact thing. You're going to put the ace of hearts in the black pile. That way, when both people do it, not only will they both get it 100% correct, but they would also have messed up the same exact card in the same exact pile, which is going to add another whole layer to that trick. Now, we have a bunch of ideas as to how you can make this trick even better, but I hope you guys enjoyed this trick. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's Card Shuffler 99. Peace out, guys.